Hello and welcome to Improve Your Voice. My name is Darren McStay and today I'm going to talk about auditioning. Now, I don't care what it is that you do, if you're a singer, a speaker, a rapper or an actor, whatever it is that you have to use your voice for, at some point in your career it's quite likely that you may have to audition. And in auditions you really want to be able to show your best self and give a good performance. And this is often hindered by our fears because auditions can be terrifying. There's many reasons why they can be intimidating places. One, you might really need the job because you need the money to pay the bills and you could come across desperate. Maybe it's that you can't remember lines or you haven't had much time to learn them. Another one would be that you don't need the money and you don't really care, so you're going and you might be too cocky and come across as arrogant. And that's not to say that you're bad and you shouldn't beat yourself up about it, but what you can do is actually make positive changes to yourself in order to never let that happen again. So every time you go in there, you know you've given it your best. People aren't always going to give you the part, even if you are the best that you can be, because sometimes you're just not right. You might just be a bit too tall, you might not look right for the part, you might not fit with other actors that are already cast in it. So being kind to yourself is key here. What can we do to make it better? Well, I'm going to give you 5 things, plus a bonus one at the end for those who stick around, that you can do in order to prepare yourself and go in with the right attitude and feel more comfortable in your own skin. Number 1, be ready. Physically, mentally, and I don't just mean warming up on the day or being prepared on the day. What you need to do to stop having problems later down the line is start a good healthy habit now of daily consistent practice using your voice, making sure that you're relaxed and limber, and you do lengthening exercises, maybe some yoga, maybe some physical activities, things that keep your body moving and aligned, so you, no matter what happens, whenever you get the call, if it's last minute, you know you don't have to then go and do extra work on your body or your singing skills or whatever it is you do, because it's there for you. It's constantly there. Your instrument, your body, is your main tool. You need to keep it sharp and ready to go all the time. Not just when you get an audition or when you get an opportunity. That's something you should do consistently. If you do that, that's one less thing to worry about when you go into the room, because you know your voice is going to work for you. You know you can sing, you know you can hit those notes because you've kept it consistent. And you know you can remember words. Maybe that's something else you need to practice, is practice learning scripts more often. And that way when it comes down to it, if you don't have much time to learn the script, you'll be able to do that. Daily practice from now until forever. Don't even do it just for an audition. That takes so much stress off your shoulders because you will be physically ready. And using your voice is very physical. So having the physicality ready, you're halfway there. 2, remember that the words you have to sing or speak are less important than the performance itself. The intentions behind the words you use, the actions you give them, are so much more important. I know some commercial directors and people that do TV film work often want you to nail the script, and of course that's a given, but if you really don't have much time to get there or learn the words to a song, then just make sure that you understand the sentiment, what's behind it, what it really means. Have something to say about it, find some interesting questions to ask about it, and when you do perform, whether it's a song or a piece, a monologue or whatever it is, just give your all to focusing your attention again on the audience or your partner or what's really behind it. Pick something and do it. Don't sit in your head going, oh, what was that line again, what was that line? And then start apologizing for yourself. It's the wrong way around. It's better to fudge the lines and get through it with the right intention than stop and start all the time, because that just looks unprofessional. I know there's a lot of casting directors and directors out there who probably disagree with this one, but actually it will help you in the long run because you will get better at learning lines. And once you do, you'll also have this way to work in which to give the audience a bit more of the meaning, the intentions. 3, don't ever be late. I'm not going to say anything more on that. Number 4, when you do get there to the audition early, of course, warm up and ground yourself. It's quite common that actors and singers see each other in the room and they want to network and they want to start chatting with each other. You might know people, but honestly, this isn't the time. This isn't the time. Before an audition, there's a lot of nervous energy in an audition waiting room, and you can pick up on that so easily, and it can drive into your adrenaline and kind of dry your mouth up and make things stop functioning as well as they could. So what you should really do is find a quiet space, if you can, or away from other people. Politely decline the conversation. Close your eyes. Do some breathing exercises. Just ground yourself. Bring yourself down. And start warming up your body. Start warming up your voice. Because if it's your voice you're using, maybe some humming, some simple things like that. But just do a little bit. Get yourself moving. Don't be sitting still or chatting to other people and distracting yourself. Focus, focus, focus. This is the time to narrow down that focus. Okay? When you close your eyes, maybe you can visualize getting the part. Visualizations of it going well can be very, very useful for when you go in there, because you believe you've already done it. You believe you're already good enough. Okay, so ground yourself and warm up in good time. 5, try to remember that everyone in that auditioning room, whether it's a band, a casting director, whoever it is, has got you in that room because they believe in you already. It means they're on your side. So the people who want you to do better than anyone else are these people that you're auditioning for. They are on your side. They're there to help. They really want you to succeed. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in the room. So the fact that you even got to the room to get an audition means that you're 90% there, and they want to see you do well. So they're not there to judge you. Remember, you can only do your best, and they are there to help you. People in these industries are generally the friendliest in the world, so you don't have to worry about them. Take that off your shoulders, okay? They're on your side. So if you've stayed with me this far, it's obvious that you really want to learn and you're prepared to put in the time and effort to watch these videos and get information wherever you can. I'm sure there's other great information out there on the internet, but this is just a few words that I thought I could share with you today because it's a question I've been asked, and over the years I've developed this knowledge from other people's experience, and also having been to plenty of auditions, both for singing and for speaking in my time. So well done. Here's one more tip for you. Sleep really well the night before. All right, get some rest. Actually, don't even do it just the night before. Learn to get regular sleep more often. Start going to bed a bit earlier, start getting up a bit earlier, because even though shows can generally be in the evening, auditions generally happen in the day. And if you're not a daytime person, you should really start getting into that habit of becoming a daytime person, because that's the way the industry works, and that's more often the times that you're going to be called in to do auditions. And if you're terrible in the mornings and you get called in first thing, you're not going to be prepared. So practice getting sleep. Sleep's so important. And also, just to make sure that you're hydrated, don't start drinking water just on the morning. Make sure you've hydrated the day before. You've drunk plenty of water so your body has it there, and there'll be less chances for adrenaline to stay with you, because everything will be moving and it'll be easier to flush through. Anyway, hopefully these will be useful to you. Go and check out all the other videos on my site. There's lots there to help you improve your voice. I've been Darren McStay. This is Improve Your Voice, and until the next time, look after your voice.